Hello everybody, my name is Phoenix, aka the one and only Supreme Unicorn God, and today we are going to be playing some more Secret Files 2 Puritas Cordis. I'm going to pull up a walkthrough, just in case. And Mom will be bringing home some lunch for me soon. Hang on. Let me turn down the volume so I can think. Do. Okay, so... Oh gosh. Hang on. Hello. I would like the crispy chicken, please. It's a little bit better of a texture for me. I like texture differences. Okay. So, up to you when you get. Yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye. Okay. So, back to this. Find in page. Paris. Load. Mom will be bringing home food.
This altar was made from a single... This stone is loose.
Okay. Let's check on chat.
My mother always used to say, don't go just... I can't even... So how... Wait a moment. Up.
Anybody there? Hello?
I'm here! Down here! Help me!
How on earth did you get down there?
The floor just gave way beneath me. If you don't mind, I'd really like to continue this conversation above ground. Do you think you could get me out of here somehow?
Wait, I've got an idea.
Thank you so much. You probably saved my life.
It was my pleasure. Anytime.
I'm interested in this old chapel.
No, it was largely destroyed.
You?
Yes, me. With nothing to do all day, you have to keep yourself occupied somehow. And I occupy myself with history.
Excellent. Then maybe you can tell me...
Yes, he did. But
And where are...
who knows? They searched high and low after his death, but they haven't been found to this day. All I know is that he had a curator who took care of his legacy following his death in 1663. The curator died 10 years later. They found his body in his squalid basement dwelling after he had been dead for a week. He should be buried in this cemetery as well, but I have no idea as to where exactly. I don't even really know his name. I think it was Michel or something like that.
Well, at least it's a start.
Not really. Also, he hardly ever went out, and when he did, he was heavily covered up.
Okay.
It was my pleasure.
This chapel has me stumped. I need some I'm just going to take a look around.
You do that.
All right. Here I go again, rummaging through dirt. Ugh, nothing else. I will go look for the grave of Michel the curator then. It isn't much of a lead, but since he seems to have been rather close to Cardinal Coubertin, maybe there's some hope of finding something out that way. The path splits in 3 directions.
This, I don't remember how to solve it, so I'm just looking at a walkthrough for this part.
The graves here appear... Let's see what I find down... Oh my, they certainly have this thoroughly organized. Let's go this way now. Yet another sorting criterion, but this appears to be the now where does this... Is this the right area? The Cardinal's curator would hardly have been a woman, or maybe... Michel, the curator was actually a woman. No wonder she hardly ever went out in public. I assume that when she was buried, this scandalous fact was This is probably why her grave has... I hope I can find a clue here and finally make some progress.
Okay, so I have to remember which way these are tilting. Yeah, I know that. I was hoping to see a picture of a...
Did it!
Got it.
I am truly a genius. But as usual, there is nobody around who could really appreciate that. There appears to be another room built into the rock by the far side of the abyss. Thanks to my famously positive attitude, I live in hopes that it is the archive we are looking for.
Okay. Ow. Wait.
Seems to be an old map of what is France these days. There's a legend on the panel next to it. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north, and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany. It almost looks like the stone came from this mosaic in the... It's halfway... Hello. There's something else...
No problem.
I found a mosaic in there. I suspect...
No.
Well, I guess...
Stop. Wait. I just thought of something.
Yes?
All stones from the derelict buildings that were still halfway usable were used for
Rebuilding?
Well, then, and the...
Great.
Oh, yes, and
That's a lot of buildings.
they were all built pretty much at the same time. But at least you...
Okay, I'll save it for later then. Can you tell me how to get to these places?
I've got this.
I'll go hunting for the missing blue stones then. I think I'll start with the bridge. What an interesting phenomenon. A local rain shower that stops right in the middle of the bridge. The idle street cleaner may be slightly less impressive, but at least he's in harmony with the overall picture. Unfortunately, there's not a stone in sight that could fit into the mosaic. Maybe it's on the other, dirty side of the bridge. I gave up complaining about having to rummage through garbage of money. Hello?
Hi.
You're a street cleaner, right?
No, I am a molecular biologist collecting samples.
Oh,
Of course I am a street cleaner.
Oh, a comedian. I never...
Touché.
Why are you still sweeping this side of the...
Have you looked over to the other side?
Yes? Why?
It is rain.
Such thing...
Indeed.
You mean you're not sweeping...
No,
I thought...
I am not sweeping there.
Oh, and you think...
Would you jump in?
No.
You see? So why should I volunteer?
Which are...
I can continue to sweep here.
But it's clean here.
But
What will you do if it's...
then I will be out of luck and get wet.
And then what?
Then I will sweep the other side of the bridge. After all,
And they tell me... Why are you so...
I'm not. I'm just not keen on getting wet. Not as long as I can avoid it.
So it's
Not that I know.
getting wet?
Rain. You know.
To think that I keep getting accused of having a penchant for Surely while sweeping you would have noticed if a blue stone had...
Yes, indeed. If I had actually cleaned this bridge before.
Haven't you?
No, I'm just helping out. And there is no blue stone on this.
Yes, you sir. A racy Italian sports car. The car is secured by an alarm. I'm sure it will go off. I can't stick my hand in there. The gaps are too narrow. And for some reason, the lid won't budge. It's a long time since anything was sold here.
No.
There's no water. Sure, money makes the world go. There was a time when 5 cents bought you a whole pack of... Sure, money makes the world go. The ceiling is painted. Impossible to see whether it contains one of the blue stones or not. Very good morning.
Buongiorno, signorina. Allow me to introduce...
Nina Kalinkov. Pleased to...
I am waiting.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh, the red sport.
yes.
Well, yes, a little.
I am supposed to meet some friends here in their van. They don't know their way around Paris, so the signs here are right. Why don't you come?
Oh, yes. Oh, no, wait. I'm afraid I...
Too bad, but I will be here.
This question may sound somewhat strange.
You are right. That question does sound strange. However, even if there were a blue stone around here somewhere, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
There's an ugly scratch on your...
Mamma mia! Why?
Sorry.
I have been thinking of nothing else all...
You mean it doesn't...
No, but the scratch is all mine. I had only just picked up the car when disaster struck.
Take it easy. It's not that bad. After... Amazing how fast a proud... I've got to go.
Too bad.
This clockwork belongs... I think I will... Nothing happened. I had better... I will try to get... The mechanism appears to be out... The clock... Not a bad idea. I place the candle on the minute hand and wind up the clock. I only need to make... A devilish plan which make... Unfortunately, though, this is not the game. Hello, are you...
Yes. What? But that is... My car! Stop! Wait!
Ah, no! I'm complete.
That's what they call a chain reaction.
It is a disaster. Like...
Is it really so terrible that you missed your friends?
Yes, maybe.
Cheer up. There will be better days.
I have been waiting...
Oh my, I should follow him and make sure... Phew, I had been worried he might do something foolish. Thanks. I'm supposed to steal from a homeless man? As long as he can still use them, I will... Hello again.
Dropping by?
You live here?
Well, it's not exactly the Ritz.
He missed the bus.
Now that is truly a trip.
You sure drink a lot.
Yes, I know.
No.
It's a simple decision. Solid. Nobody expects me to have enough energy to build a house or fix my car, and I don't have a job either. So I don't really need. What I really need, on the other hand, is a way to forget all this misery, at least for a while. And I need something to keep me warm when the nights are cold.
I understand.
No, you don't. And I can't even blame you for that. It is really hard to comprehend if you have never been.
Won't you at least...
How would I?
You could quit drinking, for one thing.
I tried that. But it seems people would rather feed pigeons.
I get it. The world... If I get you...
Then I could use my money to find... It's a deal.
You wouldn't happen to know...
Actually.
Great. That fountain over there?
Let...
No.
Oh, just a...
They threw their...
Yes.
They say the same thing about some high proof...
Yes, but believe...
Well, you ought to know. So...
They probably stopped...
You think I ought to stop hoping for a miracle, too?
It's always worth a try. And if you have money to burn...
I'll think...
Thank you.
I'll be leaving then. Thanks. Is it really a wishing well? Maybe it is really a wishing well. My French is underneath is the hasty gathering of worldly leaders in New York proves only one thing, that neither the self-proclaimed heads of state nor the so-called scientists can offer any explanation for the greatest of all disasters which is now almost upon us. And how could they? For only a steadfast belief in the might of the Lord can guide us now. He alone can be the beacon to lead us forth from the valley of the shadow of death. Hundreds of years ago, the prophet Zandona foresaw the cataclysm that is looming now. This is what he predicted. The old order of the world shall be shattered, all worldly possessions shall crumble, and from the ashes of our decadence shall rise the new kingdom of God. And there I can't trouble, which means... I have no idea. I have no idea.
I need more water soon.
Huh? Looks like the street cleaner knows well the van. Life is quite simple once you actually understand it. And here's the stone I was after. The stone. An old...
I'm sorry, there's something going on in a server I'm in. Okay. How do I do this? Do I pry it out with something?
To use the point to scrape away the sand around it, and now use the umbrella as a lever. The stone is mine. The zoo. I wonder what kinds of fierce, exotic, and dangerous creatures I'm going to meet here. And of course I'm looking forward to seeing the animals too. The milk cans appear to belong to the zookeeper, and he would have to be blind and deaf. This statue is Hello. Do you work here?
Yes,
Is it true that this zoo...
yes, that...
I don't suppose you've noticed whether a blue stone was used...
actually, yes. There should be a blue stone in the crocodile.
Thanks. I've been wondering, why...
I'm waiting...
Why does everyone seem to be waiting for something around here? The bus?
Say what?
Never mind.
Usually they come to the lake by the crocodile enclosure every morning. They know that visitors to the zoo love to feed ducks, and therefore they're here the minute the zoo opens.
Clever critters.
Sure.
Can't I have...
Why? The baguette is meant for feeding the duck.
Have a nice day.
Thanks.
I can't reach it. This path is full of deep...
Thank you.
Why is there Bobchi's lid in here?
Bocce's lid?
On the floor.
I must have used it for something a while back.
Again, clean.
Okay. Thank you. So, I will be right back once I get my salad prepped. Oh, there is a fork. Okay. So, wait, did I? There was one more thing I forgot. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me cut up these tomatoes, if I can get all of them. There's one. I am having a crispy chicken Cobb salad for lunch. And I always add a little bit of extra, like, toppings, like, I like to add slivered almonds and bacon bits and croutons. Because Chick-fil-A salad apparently doesn't come with fucking croutons. I don't usually eat Chick-fil-A. But Mom was getting lunch and she wanted Chick-fil-A, and so my options were Chick-fil-A or figure something out myself. And I didn't want to have to figure something out myself. So I just picked a salad from Chick-fil-A. Let's see if that's enough dressing, because they only gave me one, so I grabbed the extra bottle of dressing I have, just in case. That's not going to be enough. I might need to get a different container. Hold one moment. Stay up on the bed. If you're going to be in here, you need to stay up on the bed and not around my feet, please. They have corn in their Cobb salad? Weird. Okay. So, let me real quick. that situated. Let me put my... There you go. Do that. Okay. And move this over. Okay.
A can of peanuts. An old... Aww. No matter how cute this... There's one of the blue stones I need to find. Guarded by... This magnificent specimen appears to be a Nile crocodile. It marks its territory through underwater vibrations and turns into a merciless killer whenever it detects a new nearby. It never ceases to it's a bit. The nest appears to be abandoned.
I'm gonna reshake this. Maybe add just a touch more.
Of course, I could climb up there. A small noise. engine works. That is good to know. But I'll switch it off for now. Judging from all the insects on this tree, the nest appears. No matter
Hello.
Hello.
That's such a...
You can say that.
eager to.
Oh, yes. I'm in the
Really? How do you do that?
It's actually quite easy. As soon as I pick up the training stick, I've got the monkey's attention. And then it will mimic everything I do.
Training stick? You hit that monkey?
For heaven's sake, no. It's just a regular long branch. All I do is hold it in my hand, and then the monkey will react. No idea why, but it works.
Couldn't you let me have a baguette?
The baguette is meant...
Have a nice day.
Thanks. Same.
Well then. Hey, it's... Maybe this... Amazing. A can of peanuts. It's fine where it is. And now, I need to aim well. I always knew I'd make a great role model someday. I don't think a tennis ball would fit its... Grumpy teddy bear. Good luck, Teddy. How odd that such a large... Hey, little buddy.
There.
The elephant does all the work for peanuts and ends up with none, while I just hang around. And I am rewarded with a way into the crocodile enclosure. Life can be so unfair. The crocodile is in the water now. The crocodile seems to be mistaking the engine's vibrations for a rival. It is completely focused on defending its territory now. Good thing that stone... Things are pretty... Yes.
What the fuck?
Things are pretty... Yes. The President of France. MG... If I take any weapons out, I may end up having to play one of those monotonous shoot-'em-ups which would bore me to tears. Anyway, the lead design... If I take any weapons out, I may end up having to play one of those monotonous shoot-'em-ups which would bore me. The cell is locked, and there's no way of getting in without a key. A drunk tank. A drunk tank. And back there, the cell is locked. It's a cool noise, but it's a cool noise. Ducks. How nice. Interesting. This noisemaker's... Here they come. Here they come.
Hello.
Hello.
Could I please...
To feed the duck?
Yes.
Sure.
Have a nice day.
Thanks.
I've brought you some...
Solid food, all right.
Okay, it's not
Never mind. I'm not that picky. But I've got barely...
I can see that. If I get you something...
Didn't I...
All right. I'll be leaving then. A little soggy. I've got the perfect meal for you. It may not be a 5-course dinner, but it's reasonably healthy, and it will fill your stomach.
Yes, that actually looks quite appetizing. And it's easy on the few teeth I have left. Thank you so much. Your heart's in the right place.
It was nothing. Now that you've got...
It won't hurt.
I'll just talk to the zookeeper.
Usually the welfare of animals is more important. People aren't that...
I'll be leaving then. I don't want to get sloshed. Hello, everything okay? I'm really worried about you.
Oh, hello. Yes, it's really not my day today. First, I scratch up my car, and then I miss my appointment. They're probably halfway to Spain by now.
Oh, I'm afraid that I may be responsible for the missed appointment. Is there anything I can do for you? Anything that might cheer you up?
That is very kind of you. But I've been
The poor guy is... I've heard that fountain over there. Maybe you should...
If you...
It's still...
Just for a brief glimmer of hope.
That... She was right.
Because she is being treated herself now for...
What this guy... If I go away now...
Sure.
Mr. Rossi,
Yeah.
you don't seem to have much luck.
Wishing well?
You know what they say?
Oh, sure.
Maybe we
I think
this round is
Mama.
right. This should be interesting. I just made a wish for that scratch to disappear from your car.
If that works, then... Ah, baloney.
Won't you take a look at least?
This is a total... You see? The scratch...
Let's see if I can't save the day for you after all.
How are you going to do that?
Maybe.
Oh, sure, I...
maybe this. Oops! Oh, rats! I spilled a little from, but it still looks a whole. I'll take my coin back then.
Mr. Rossi,
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
right. This should be interesting. I just made a wish for that scratch to disappear from your car.
If that works, then... Ah, baloney.
Won't you take a look at least?
This is a total nonsense. But I was just about to... The scratch is almost gone.
You see?
But the scratch still shows a little...
What did you expect? I only threw in 5 cents.
You are right. Wait a moment. Well,
Not
typical.
10 cents?
It's a...
Well, maybe the wishing well feels you're playing games, so it's taking its sweet.
Could be. I am going to...
Good luck then.
What an investment. 200% return in a matter of minutes. Once I'm done saving the world, I'm... I traded in most of my fortune for a piece of gum.
This stuff is ancient.
There's no water in it.
Hello?
Yes?
That cell over there, the one on the right. Could I take a look inside it?
The drunk tank? What for? You are not drunk, are you?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, why don't you just think it over?
Yes, I'll do that.
Pretending to be stone drunk shouldn't be too hard. The cell is locked, and there's no... An old Tongolesian proverb. There. Nobody can get in there now because a drunk tank. A drunk tank. And back there in the wall is one of the stones. Yuck, this stuff is disgusting. I spat it back into the bottle. It's safer. If I want to get into the drunk tank with the blue stone, this might be a good time to demonstrate my superior acting skills.
Well, hello there, purdy thing.
Really? Ugh, that smells of cheap booze. But you don't really look drunk to me. I think we had better perform a blood.
If we must.
Please. I'm going to take a blood sample now. You were only... There, that was... Not again. He calls me every 20... As if I had a chance of finding someone else the way... Please wait.
I need to think of... I'm going to dilute my blood with a little alcohol.
All right, I'm now going to put... Your alcohol level is 0.37%. How do you manage to talk? Or sit but if anyone deserves to sober up and... That's odd. The key won't go in. The lock must be blocked. Please hand me your possessions. I will keep them safe while you're in here.
There seems to be another cell next to this one. A very musical one.
Hello. You play really well.
Thank you. I got
Oh.
no idea.
Yes, and Napoleon has been banished to Elba.
Oh, they accused me of all kinds of things.
Yes,
I can't pull... There's a big... I can think... I don't think I'll ever be...
Who? Me? Hello? Are you there?
Yes.
Could you do me a favor?
You mean you want me to use my musical star?
To be absolute...
Just my luck. I finally get a bit of company.
Sorry.
Never mind. But before you leave, at least do me a... Yes.
Oh.
I'm thinking of a 3-digit... Don't worry. Yes.
I
can hardly wait.
5,
And
9,
the last...
6.
Wow, I'm impressed.
But you can be sure...
You know zilch about arts.
got the stone. Now I need to get...
What do you want?
I'm so...
Excuse me.
Something must have gone wrong with the blood sample. Either your... Search me! Anyway, I insist on a second test. And if that proves positive too, my lawyer will sue you for...
Procedural error.
Yes! No one but you can confirm that the blood test was carried out according to the proper procedure. There wasn't even a doctor present. You had no authority to take a blood sample.
What?
So, either you release me, and fast, or I'll hit you with so many charges this place will be closed down in no time.
Close down?
Not for long.
With all those bus races and track and field events on TV. Come on out then. And don't show your face around here again. Oh, yeah. And don't forget.
So, has the miracle of the immaculate paint job?
Not
Miracles.
on the.
A few more. This battered soccer ball makes a perfect container for water. Fill the entire... All right, that should be enough. I think I will... the water. I had better... All right. This plugged up one of the jets. I should plug some more jets first, in hopes that the water from the remaining orifice... I'm going to try and plug up one of the water jets with this... It worked. I even managed to plug up two of... I think I will switch on the fountain. Yay, it worked. The water jet, I had better switch... Yes, I should be able to reach it that way. That was a close one. I inserted all the... Seems to be an old map of what is France these days. There's a legend on the panel next to it. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north. and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany.
Oh shit, I can move those.
What? A mechanical bridge emerging. I can... Wow! What a Latin. I learned some Latin in school.
Remember, you've still got me. Just how did you do it?
To cut a long story short, I did really well.
Indeed, but I haven't been idle myself. I managed to obtain... I cannot believe how well preserved these records are. We've got something right here, along with the Puritas Cordis documents that Brother Bernard sent to the Cardinal back in the 17th century. Let me recap what I have found out so far. It seems that Zendona returned from one of his pilgrimages to the Holy Land a changed man. Apparently, he had a vision during this journey. From then on, he was completely obsessed with founding a theocratic state.
Very modest.
Yes, but extremely convincing, as we know. He visited small villages as a preacher of repentance, warning the sinners that the day of judgment was nigh, and uttering dark prophecies.
Which he personally made come true.
Yes, and remarkably successful. His following grew almost by the hour, especially in rural areas. People flocked to him in droves. The harbingers of the apocalypse are listed here again. First pestilence and disease, then the punishment of the greedy, followed by war, earthquakes, fire, and a great flood.
We all know that.
The harbingers are supposed to make the rulers of the world gather in the New Babel and hold council. That's where Puritas Cordis is planning to destroy them one and all, in order to create a new world order. The sect thinks it's...
The New Babel. New York! It could mean New York! Puritas Cordis wants to annihilate the UN General Assembly. We have to call my father. He
will go down, along with the rest of the unworthy ones. Least of all you two. Come along.
Quick! Run! So, we meet again, Miss Kalenkov. You remember me, don't you? But enough with the pleasantries. No! There goes another nuisance. No?
I've been stuck in this cell for hours, waiting for that Pat Shelton character to come back. Wish I knew what he wants with me. There's got to be some kind of... Okay, let me think. They deliberately caused a volcanic eruption, and I'm a witness. If I follow that thought through, I can't help but suspect they're probably... I'd better get out of... I have got... I would love to oblige. Do I... Oof. Oof. The smell might be in effect. I can't see any weak spots, no matter how closely I look. This looks... If I manage to... Great. If the stove won't come... A cast iron... An old iron stove doesn't look like it's work. I just need... Done. Right.
Follow me. Pat Shelton wants to see you.
Uh-oh.
I am so glad you could make it. There is something I would like to show you.
Nina!
Max!
Yes, Nina Kalenkov and Max Gruber. I would love to leave you to properly celebrate your reunion. We haven't got the time, I'm afraid. The reason for our little gathering is quite simple. There are some things you want to know and some things that I want to know. You claim it is a coincidence that while in two completely different parts of the world, you happen to develop an interest in the very same matter. How can you expect anyone to believe that? That would be highly unlikely, even if you were total strangers. But in your case, and your collaboration with David Correll of the Church Intelligence Service is certainly more than just coincidence. I don't know who you are working for, but you must know more than you have told me. A lot more. And yet, I am sure you do not know everything. So let us make a deal. I will now show you what you want to know. You see, truth is like an eternal flame. You can try to conceal it, try to shade it, but it cannot be extinguished. And the truth has long stopped hiding its ugly face behind the veil of technology and progress. It shows its terrible grimace day by day. 660 children starve to death every hour. Millions of people slave away in horrible, degrading circumstances, while their boss has become richer and fatter all the time. The deserts are expanding, the polar caps are melting, the ozone hole is growing, the climactic catastrophe is at hand! Every day, we do our best to destroy our planet with all the powers at our command. Today alone, another 140 or so animal and plant species have become extinct.
I know, it's terrible.
Yes, Zandona was a great prophet. Too great for his time. His vision could not be brought to life and...
Vision? Zandona never had any visions.
Destroy? How blind you are! He never wanted to destroy the world! I will This is La Palma, one of the Canary Islands, a paradise for sun-loving tourists. For us, the island holds quite another fascination, the Cumbre Vieja volcano. The brittle western slope of the volcano is covered in clefts and fissures where water has collected. And now for the interesting part. By placing several bombs in carefully calculated spots, we can use thermonuclear explosions to heat that water so that it will evaporate instantaneously. If you had paid attention in your physics classes, you would know that such a sudden evaporation of water would create sufficient pressure to shatter the volcano's brittle slope and send it crashing into the sea. Can you guess what comes next? That's right, a tsunami. Waves 200 meters high will charge across the Atlantic with the speed of an airplane. The tsunami will sweep across the east coast of the United States. New York will disappear in an apocalyptic flood, taking with it the self-proclaimed rulers of the world who are currently squabbling in blind incompetence at the UN headquarters. The resulting vacuum of power will be filled by our followers, some of whom have been biding their time in key positions for decades. They will take control and lead humankind to a new golden age.
Except for the people on the East Coast. I guess you won't be leading them anywhere.
Haven't you been listening to me? I told you this is about saving the world.
By leaving millions of people to drown? How is that saving them?
I am saving them from... But in that case, not just a couple of million people would die, but the basis for our existence on this planet would be permanently destroyed. Don't you see? Those who hold the power in this world are leading us to our doom, day by day. But now, we have a chance of seizing this evil by the root and wiping it out, once and for all. Without its rulers, humankind will be as helpless as a flock of sheep without a shepherd. They will turn to God and to pure...
And nobody suspects that Puritas Cordis caused those disasters in the first place.
It does not befit the sheep to question the will of the shepherd. We will teach people to live devoutly. We will teach them the ways of Zandona, and they will be led by our supporters, chosen from among the wisest of the wise and the most pious of the devout.
And what will your role be in that?
Mine will be the voice.
In other words, you will rule over all the rest. So this is really about power, as always.
Certainly, the power of the Lord. But that's enough of me, enough of us. I have fulfilled my part. Now it's your turn. We had an agreement.
Who are we working for? Church Intelligence Service? I don't know what you're talking about, but all that Zandona nonsense seems to have softened your brain. That's the only explanation I can think of.
I will not be made a fool of. Very well. You asked for it. You see the grave over there? It's fresh. All that's missing is a body. So, for the last time, what do you know? Who have you told? And what has the Church Intelligence Service?
Sorry, I don't know.
If you think this is... totally unnecessary death. Take her to...
Oh, what have I done? Max is dead. I was the only one who could have averted this. Yes, and what am I doing?
Everyone should have their own stove door.